Good morning, Southern California, AM 1220, KHTS. Host Fred Arnold on the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. Joined by my good friend Jake Young, mortgage advisor, mortgage professional at American Family Funding. Jake's been serving his clients for well over a decade. Grew up locally in the Santa Clarita Valley in Southern California.
Yeah, born and raised Santa Clarita.
Just celebrated a birthday. And one thing I loved, Jake showed up to service clients in the morning, and then at 1:30 picked up his kids and went to Disneyland.
Why not?
Yeah.
Do a few rides, have dinner, and just enjoy the fruits of life a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to talk to you about something that you serve people all day long, and that is in mortgage lending. And there's a lot of myths out there when it comes to buying a home. And one of them is, I don't have a very big down payment. In fact, I don't have 20% down. Can I still buy a home?
Yeah, Fred, I have conversations all day long, and there's a lot that, as a loan originator, loan advisor, that you try to demystify the loan process. And one of the misconstrued information that's out there a lot is if you're going to buy a home that you need 20% down, 20% down payment. So, Fred, if the average house in Santa Clarita is $450,000, that's $90,000 for 20%. That's a lot of money. But there are plenty of options that you can buy a home
a lot of money.
without 20% down. And so some examples may be if you're a military veteran. If you're a veteran, you can buy with 0% down and not have mortgage insurance. There's also conventional loans out there where you can do 3% down. Fannie and Freddie, these quasi-government entities, just allowed somebody to purchase a home, get conventional financing with 3% down. There's 5% down. There's FHA loans where you can put as little as 3.5% down, and the gift, the down payment at 3.5% can be a gift from a family member, a grandparent, a parent. So there's so many options to buy a home with little or no down payment that many people just aren't aware of. They just don't know.
You know, one thing I will mention, some people might be listening to this goes, okay, there we are, no money down. Are we going to do the same thing we did in 05, 06, 07, which is, but not at all, because the VA loan's been around for many years with no money down, because you still have to qualify for the loan. And so it makes it a good, solid investment, and that's why they're offering these loans, is because people are paying on them on time. They just don't have the down payment or big one. Yeah.
Exactly. You still have to qualify. They still review your income to make sure you can repay the loan. But there's just so many options to buy a home with not much down that people just don't know. Yeah,
and that leads us right into Jake, my credit score is not perfect. In fact, they usually say that. When they say it's not perfect, it means it's not good.
Yeah, right.
So does that prevent you from buying a house?
No, absolutely not. You don't have to have stellar credit to buy a home. The ideal number is if you want to have a FICO score of 620, a middle FICO score of 620 or higher. But you can buy a home with lower FICO scores, even FHA financing. They'll allow you to buy a home, get FHA loan for a 580 middle FICO score. Now, you're going to have to maybe explain what the financial hiccups were in your past. The lender, the bank's going to want to make sure they feel comfortable that going forward you're going to be able to repay that loan, and that it was a financial hiccup that unfortunately many of us go through at our lives. So if you can demonstrate you're on the right path, even though your FICO score may be lower, there's plenty of options, plenty of financing options to buy a home if your credit isn't perfect. And you know, Fred, in many cases, buying a home now with rents just going skyrocket, you can buy a home and put a small down payment, not have a perfect credit score, and your payment will still be less than what the average rent payments are. So it's important that you talk to a mortgage professional, get as much knowledge as you can so you know that you can buy.
In many cases, rent is going to go up and your mortgage payment is going to stay the same. Let's talk about not having a 2-year work history. Some people don't have a 2-year work history.
Yeah, it's another misconstrued information that you think you have to be at the same job 2 years. Just in a nutshell, if you are in school, college can count as a work history. So my wife went to nursing school, and then she now works here in Santa Clarita at Henry Mayo. that nursing school at COC can count as a 2-year history of working in that same job line. So trade schools, vocationary work, there's many ways where a lender can help document that you have a 2-year history working in that same line of work, and you don't necessarily have to be at the job for exactly 2 years to qualify for a loan. It's important that you reach out to a loan expert who can say, okay, this is how we can craft the loan to meet your particular individual
and that's
situation.
really important, because a mortgage professional like yourself can draw the distinction, or if you switch jobs, but it's the same line of work, same situation. But not all mortgage professionals and mortgage companies are the same, are they?
Yeah, there's a big difference. Here locally in Santa Clarita, American Family Funding, we are what they call a mortgage banker. We specialize in mortgages. We're not like a depository bank that you may get a car loan through or CD account. All we do is home loans. That's our bread and butter. We know it backwards and forwards. We know everything there is about home loans, about the different financing options. You're going to have a different experience, or you may have a different experience if you go to one of the bigger retail banks out there, and if you call their 800 number, you may be working with a loan person that's in a call center in Des Moines, Iowa, and the loan processor is in Phoenix, Arizona. Sometimes it's easy to get lost there in the shuffle if they have millions of different clients or thousands of loans going at the same time. The customer service experience could be different. So many times if you're looking to buy a home, that real estate professional, that real estate agent, that realtor is going to want you to work with a local lender, somebody that they can touch, they know their face, and they know that they'll get the information they need to get that escrow closed and give the customer the peace of mind that they can get information right away.
I got to share just one quick item, and then we're out of time, and that is, if you work with a local mortgage professional that knows other agents, they can make a phone call on your behalf to the listing agent where the offer is being made, to let them know you're a very well qualified borrower, and that is very important when multiple offers are being made on a home.
It's huge. It's huge. Yes, that realtors want to know who their lenders are, and if they can put a name to a face,
competitive advantage.
Yeah,
for you.
competitive advantage for everybody.
Absolutely. Jake, those that want to reach out to you?
Area code 661-505-4303, 505-4303 here in Santa Clarita.
Or Jake at AFFloans.com. Well, hope you enjoyed this edition of the Santa Clarita Valley Chamber of Commerce Business Spotlight. I'm your host, Fred Arnold, on KHTS.